So we're getting ready to go to Lisbon, Portugal today, and it's you ever have one of those days where you wake up and you think it's just not going to go well today, and that's what we're dealing with right now. It's actually storming out really bad here in Chicago. The area's gotten about 2 to 3 inches of rain since overnight, and now we're dealing with. So that's the radar here in Chicago, but that's not even one of the worst parts. The worst part is that we're going to Portugal, and here's the North Atlantic weather chart right now, and you can see there's a low going up here. But if you zoom in on this part, Hurricane Ophelia, and here's the line, and this right here is Portugal. So we're going to be coming from this direction. This is the line of the hurricane. We're going to be coming from this direction. So it's, no pun intended, a perfect storm for an Atlantic crossing. Atlantic crossings in general are a little, they're not stressful, but there's more to think about. There's more work involved in actually planning the trip, and so it's going to be one of those days. I'm gonna enjoy that beer in Portugal. Well, it's still kind of gloomy out. The forecast said there'd be a break in the weather a little bit. That's what we're looking at. It's supposed to pick up again. The storms are actually supposed to pick up when right around our departure time. So we're gonna have to plan this all out just perfectly. Because the other thing is that like most places in Europe, you have to have a reservation to land, and you can't be plus or minus 15 of that time. So we have to take off at an exact time to be able to get there at an exact time. So it's all going to come down to weather. And of course, like I said before, Ophelia is just sitting there in the way of Lisbon. In all the years that I've been crossing the ocean, you know, I've run into weather, but that far north, the weather's never really tall, and in the airplanes, the corporate jets fly so high that they've never been an issue. And now to have a hurricane that's kind of cutting off Western Europe, it's one for the books. I'll say that much, because you never really see hurricanes in the North Atlantic, and you never see weather that high up there. So yeah, what are you gonna do? What the other pilot and I have decided to do is we called our handler that files our flight plans. We asked him to kind of make a deviation and maybe fly a little bit further south on the wager that we can get on the backside of the storm. We're still gonna be cutting through a portion of Ophelia, but it looks like it's the better bet as the thing moves north. The hard part is that we're 5 hours from departure, and then it's going to be another 4 hours until we actually get to Ophelia. So you're looking at 8 or 9 hours before we actually interact with the storm. A lot can happen in that amount of time. So called the handler, had him refile the flight plan.
I don't know. I mean, we're talking the routing that he's got us going on, the regular routing, we're about 350 miles north of the eye.
Oh. But you see, that's the problem. That's where the tall stuff lives.
Right. That's where it was blowing up, and he's got us taking off at 21,000 pounds too, which we can't do.
What category is Ophelia?
It is I don't know. I'd have to look.
You know, and Ophelia is such a nice sounding name, like welcoming. Like, I'm going to my Aunt Ophelia's house.
It's got us from 30 west to 20 west. It's got us basically the distance from 30 west to 20 west north of it as of right now.
So I'm going to show you the most ridiculous latch in the world on an airplane. It's a 3-step process. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
your brakes, I'm ready to taxi.
Stand by. I have the brakes.
All right, I've got the brakes.
You've got the brakes. You ready for your panel?
Yep.
Configuration set for an SF2 takeoff, 0-30 in this airplane. Net checks going up and heading and takeoff 2,000 initially. 2994 gives us an altitude within 75 feet of Executive Airport. We're 0 on the VSI, looking at a heading of 342 three times, and we're blue over brown.
That looks good. I'll tell you what, I'm going to take the TR now.
Trans deployed. Trans stowed.
Give me Deke manual on number 1, please.
Deke 1's a manual.
Deke 1 in checks.
Okay, Deke 1's in auto. Deke 2's in manual. Okay,
Deke 2 checks.
2's in auto. Deke 3's in manual.
All right, Deke 3's good.
Okay, all 3 are in auto. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, 19,370. What do you have on your altimeter?
19, I've got 650.
Falcon 1130 Bravo, Executive Tower, runway 16, line up and wait.
Line up and wait 16 for 1030 Bravo.
Lineup checklist.
Okay. Line up, slats flaps.
SF2.
Landing lights.
They are
Jet 351, turn left heading 360, contact Chicago departure today.
TARA.
Line up checklist is complete.
Falcon 30 Bravo, turn left heading 020, start your left turn within 1/2 mile, departure in, runway 16, clear for takeoff.
Left turn 020 within a half mile, clear for takeoff, runway 16 for 1130 Bravo.
Clear takeoff.
Oh, you suck, Walt. All right, I'll straighten that up, I swear it.
All right.
All right.
Left 2020.
020 is bugged within 1/2 mile. You all set?
Yep.
All right, check power set.
Power set. Acceleration's normal. Airspeed's alive. Cross-checked. $80 knots.
I have the yoke.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Selected.
Falcon November 1130 Bravo, runway 3, clears land, wind 04003.
Clear to land, runway 3, November 1130 Bravo.
Rapid 5.
50, 40, 30.